Welcome back to another video. In this workout I did some work from the blocks as well. That's pretty much it, but this first 5 minutes will be of the warm-up, or not quite 5 minutes. It looks like it's just over 3 minutes, but felt extremely tired and fatigued from the previous day's workout. Cognitively I felt pretty good, but I could definitely feel my body was fatigued from all of that stuff, so I knew there wasn't a very good chance I was going to be doing a lot. I didn't put the blocks out right away just so I could do the stretches. And you see here, just getting my back warmed up, sitting in squat. I did put my shoes on right away, and that's just because I put them on when I was in the house and I walked out with them. Doesn't really make too much of a difference to me whether I start with them on or go with flats. But just started working to get that shoulder and everything feeling nice and loosey-goosey. Moved in the hands a little bit. Got mentally prepared. Chilling on back down. Shoes obviously will help with the mobility in the upper body. Sorry, click over for a second. But just stretching that neck out. And what I was kind of feeling as I was moving my hands in is the left shoulder, as I mentioned in the previous video when I was doing these stretches. But it was like the rotation of my shoulder was what was limited. So the mobility, it's definitely less in that arm where I have that pain. Definitely less of it since I've been stretching, and it's actually gotten better. And same with my wrist as well. So it definitely is something I need to continue to implement. But it was like when I was in the bottom. So as you see probably here, I guess you won't really be able to see it because my left shoulder is distal from the video, but I was able to like lock in my shoulder and kind of internally rotate it. It was like it was locked up a little bit, but it was definitely like lacking mobility. So I was able to get it to feel pretty good. And once it was in that position, yeah, that was where I did it, because I decided to do another squat from that position because I was able to get it into that rotation to lock it in. So yeah, I did some more just general stretching, just kind of like general stuff. But sorry, I tabbed out from where my recording is. A little bit of massage, sit down in the bottom, do some I really like the neck stretching. I think that does a good job warming up. Little internal rotations, little wiggles, all of that kind of basic stuff, and just really trying to emphasize for myself that I need to spend a lot of time warming up and stretching with my upper body. And then this will be kind of the end of the warm-up here. A little bit overhead squat, and then we get the blocks ready for there, just like magic. They're not heavy or anything, but you kind of know when you're warming up how fatigued you are, and sometimes you can kind of work past it, but usually when I start training, you kind of have a pretty good idea of what your upper limits can potentially be, just usually based on how well the bar is moving speed-wise. It's usually hard to tell with just 95 pounds. That usually moves about the same speed. Doing the same thing where I hold the squat in the bottom. Nice. Same thing. And this is where you can kind of really tell, like, or at least I could tell when I was training, that like, oh, this is not this is not the day. But I was still able to get up to a decent amount of weight. Got up to 90 kilos here, able to hold it in the bottom. Then up to 110, definitely not a very clean rep, but was able to get it, able to do the hold in the bottom. Then at the end, after I did this is where I did some crazy volume, really. I did two sets of 5 at 80 kilos in the, I guess, power snatch from the blocks, which probably is, I think, the most I've done for 5. I think I've done like 61 kilos or something for another absurd set like this. But I did this set of 5, came back, did another set of 5 that you'll see right here. Pretty continuous as well. Really focusing on the lockout and trying to Really kind of not necessarily punch it overhead, but really just catch it with that timing at the top. And this is kind of an absurd set, but I did a set of 10 here. I'm pretty good at doing reps when I want to. It was really like after the 6th or 7th rep where I really started to feel the fatigue. And you kind of see me slowing down as the set goes on. Yeah, here is like, I took that second there because I was really feeling the fatigue. The technique actually felt pretty good, but I mean, it is only 80 kilos. Then did some presses. Actually didn't do any warm-ups. I just went right to 80 kilos, which is pretty good for me. Did a set of 3 here, and then I did another set at the same weight where I was able to do a set of 5. So this is typically on a day where I don't feel like training, or like I know training is not going to go great. It's still like, I would still say this was a very good day of training, but I consider like great days kind of like that previous day where you're able to go heavy on different lifts. This is still obviously very productive to get volume in, and I was actually feeling a pretty good pump in my legs from that set of 10 snatches, as you can imagine. Not really in my shoulders, but just in my kind of like quads and hips. But yeah, it's a pretty straightforward, easy workout. Well, I guess not really too easy, but pretty short and quick. Hopefully today I'll have a little bit more energy to do a little bit more heavier weights, but you never know. Back is currently still a little bit sore when I am recording this, and hopefully it will loosen up a little bit later, but nothing that's really painful, more so just kind of like muscular soreness. But yeah, that's going to be it. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.